I sing under my own name, which is Suzanne Fatta, but I'm also a model, and I use a fake, or what they call a stage name or a pseudonym for modeling, and that's Carmina. But you could just call me Suzanne. And I identify as a cisgendered female, so I use her, she pronouns. I am a multidisciplinary artist, mainly in the performing arts, but also in the creative and fine arts. So my main medium is live performance as an opera singer, as an actress, as a dancer, and as a model. I'm a classically trained singer who happily lives in the world of early music. Early music is anything from the medieval to the Renaissance to the Baroque period. So that could be going back to the 9th century, the 12th century, the 15th, and then the 18th century. That's kind of where I live operatically. But I also really love contemporary music. This is very common. Early musicians tend to love contemporary music as well. And contemporary music means music written today by living composers or by composers in the last couple decades. Which is very challenging, and it's a whole different approach to reading the notes, to interpreting the notes, to using my body as an instrument, to how I engage with the audience. I find a lot of the opportunities in contemporary opera to really open up creative spaces that are really exciting for me. It's a great new way to be a collaboration team. I'm in art to collaborate with other artists. I'm not sitting in a room alone writing poetry and, gazing at my belly button for 8 hours a day. I want to be out with other creatives, bouncing ideas off of each other and seeing what we can come up with to make the artwork better. So another thing about my medium is my body is my instrument. As a singer, as a dancer, as a model, as an actress, everything I do, essentially, this is my instrument right here. And I have it with me all the time. Unlike a violin or a piano or a flute or a turntable, anything can be put in the corner and forgotten, except for the voice. It's with you all the time. And so in that sense, being a singer is a lot more like being a dancer or an athlete than it is like being any kind of instrumentalist. It's always with me. It goes through the same health crises and emotional crises that I go through, that my soul goes through. So as an internationally known body love advocate, that's another thing I do through my modeling work. I'm protecting my own instrument. And when I say body love, I'm talking about helping, through my modeling work, helping people around the world who have bodies that in some way society has deemed unacceptable. The wrong color, the wrong shape, the wrong size, the wrong height, the wrong age, the wrong economic status, the wrong trans status, the wrong sexual orientation, the wrong level of ability. I myself am what is classified as a mature model, as a plus size model, and a disabled model. And so I have been fighting for the 10 years of my professional modeling career, not just for the art, which is mainly why I'm in it, and not just because it's fun to have people take your picture and tell you you're pretty, but because I have a very strong social justice goal behind it. I want to help people with different bodies like mine feel better about their bodies and to love themselves more, to protect their own instrument. Well, I think I said it, artistic collaboration. There's this magic, undefinable moment when you're working with more than one person, but especially in a group or an ensemble, where everyone just starts thinking with one mind, breathing with one breath. The hearts start beating together, and something in the way of precognition takes over, and the art births its own organism. And what I mean by precognition is, if any of you have been in a group where you all just knew to come in at the exact same time, or you all decided to change the tempo together without any verbal cues. It's this kind of magic mind meld that's just incredible in the performing arts, and it really keeps me going. Well, as my father will tell you, I pretty much came out of the womb singing. There was never a time, since I was a tiny little girl, that I wasn't singing, making up songs, later composing my own songs. I drew a lot, I painted a lot, I was always dancing, taking dancing classes, taking acting classes, acting in little plays and musicals. And my family's very arts forward, very supportive of the arts, both practicing and supporting them in society. So there was really never a time where I wasn't creating. I would say the first time I wrote a full song at age 8, and I sang it for my parents, and they took it seriously. They listened and they gave criticism or critique and feedback, and that's when I knew being creative and pursuing creativity was a thing. You know what's interesting about this is it does not correlate to the first times I was paid to provide artistic services. That's the technical definition of being a professional, right? You do the job, you get paid. But for me, I mean, I started getting paid to sing in high school, but I didn't feel like a professional until, frankly, decades later. After years of professional music making and professional modeling, I knew I was a true professional when I stopped over preparing so much. And I just let my instinct or my ear or my decades of training or my sense of fun take over. Once I kind of turned off the rational brain and just let the artist in me do what it already knew how to do, somehow that felt like my first entree as a professional musician. I have found that over preparation is a sign of low confidence, and now I let the musician, the dancer, the model, the stylist, the creative director, the author, the writer, the cook, the artist in me who already instinctively knows what to do take over. And that was the day I felt like a big girl. I felt like a big artistic girl. So I have talked before about that the body is the instrument, and that's pretty obvious when you're a singer. But your body is your instrument in so many other ways. I mean, everyone can sing a little bit, even if they're not a singer, but it's your instrument in terms of how you speak to people. If you have to give a lecture presentation in class, if you have to have a difficult talk with a partner, if you have to try to work out a conflict with a sibling, whatever it is, you're still using your body and you're using your instrument. And we have not explored all of the cool, weird, funny noises that this instrument can make. And so one thing I like to do is just start singing a single note. And I'm going to start in what is correct singer's posture, where everything is in alignment, where my lungs are where they should be, where my diaphragm is working the way it should, where my breath is free and open, my throat is open. And I'm just going to sing a note. La. You notice I have a very low singing voice. La. Now watch what happens when I sing the exact same note and change nothing vocally. I'm not changing a thing with my tongue, my mouth, my larynx, nothing, not the way I'm breathing, but I'm going to change my body position and listen to the difference in the sound. La, 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 la. Did you hear all those changes? how it went from loud and soft and kind of sharp and reedy in my nose to being kind of scratchy in my throat. And again, remember, I didn't change anything except my body position. Let's do another note. Lee, lee, lee. Again, could you hear how much just moving like a normal person or like a dancer or just like a crazy person changed what I did vocally? So that's something I want you to think more deeply about, is how your body interacts with your instrument. Whether you're a singer, whether you play this little South American Chilean jazz harp, whether you play recorder, whether you're a beatboxer, whether you play piano, whatever your instrument is, whatever your creative outlet is, and maybe you're a painter, maybe you're in the fine arts, maybe you're a poet or a composer, think about your body. Your thoughts flow through your body, your emotions, your soul, your creative spirit, those voices in your head that bedevil all creative people, that tell you that you can't do it or that your stuff is junk. Welcome to the creative process. All of that is part of your body. It's somatically part of your soul, and it's going to affect what comes out of you creatively. So that's what I want you to encourage you, your class, and your class leader to do, is just have fun, but treat it seriously. Listen to what happens when you move your instrument around. Whatever your instrument is, I think starting with the simple tone is a great place to start, because everyone can sing one tone. But whatever your medium is, grab your paintbrush, see what changes. Maybe it opens up more oxygen flow so your brain works a little better. Connect your body to your art. That's what I'm really saying here. Connect your body to your creativity, to your creative output, and the whole system will feel better. Everything will feel better, and that creative piece will have more of you in it. The arts are so unbelievably important. They get treated like they're a luxury, but they're not. They're necessary. They're necessary for life. There's no life without art. There's no political commentary without art. And that includes music, singing, dancing, architecture, graphic design, tagging, graffiti, whatever art form you love. That's part of why you're here watching this video right now. And I want you to know that that's so cool. I hope you keep doing it. And even though society may not value what you do, I do. And all of us do. And you have the support of the whole artistic community.